Looks like we got a couple of cold days today and tomorrow, and then it warms up, I think, a little bit by Saturday, and that should be a nice weather day for
Are you kidding? Are you getting
Reindeer
another
Ramble
transition?
5K.
Wow, look at this kid is on fire today.
Roll right into it.
I'm batting 1,000.
Yeah.
But we've got Brent Wallace and Rosie Miklavcic here hanging out with us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you all so much for being here. Brent, we'll chat about the Reindeer Ramble here in a second.
Sure.
But first, we've got Rosie here, and she helps out and kind of leads the diabetes prevention program with the YMCA. Tell us a little bit more about this program.
Well, it's been around really for over 20 years. It was developed by the CDC, and it's a lifestyle change program to help people reduce the risk of becoming a diabetic.
Yeah, which is such it's an issue that more and more people are experiencing and talking about, and ways to try and prevent diabetes. How does the program work with YMCA?
Well, it's actually a year-long program.
Okay.
So it's quite a commitment for participants, but the data, the CDC has been collecting it for many years, so it's an evidence-based program, which is important, I think. And people attend a weekly class, so it's a weekly class for 16 weeks, and then it goes to monthly. So, sessions talk about, it's an hour long.
Okay.
I should back up. So it's an hour long. And, topics such as nutrition, physical activity, negative thinking, stress management, triggers, like what triggers you to maybe get off track and make an unhealthy decision when it comes to food.
And around the holidays, it's
Yes.
really hard to try.
It's a
and
challenge,
keep that-
right?
Yeah.
Right.
And I think you're onto that it's a lifestyle change. It's not
is.
just, well, do these two things and you'll be fine.
Right.
It's a whole program. And now who are the type of people that I guess you guys are looking for? Are you looking for more people who have been diagnosed with diabetes, or
No,
folks
it's
who are
really
maybe
for
pre?
right. It's a good question. It's really for people who are pre-diabetic.
Okay.
All right, or just at risk.
Yes.
Like, say, a woman might have had gestational diabetes when she was pregnant, so she would be at risk.
Okay.
Or someone who may have a family history of diabetes. Maybe they haven't been diagnosed as a pre-diabetic, but it's clearly for someone with pre-diabetes or at risk for that. Folks who are diabetic, really, the program is not really for them. So it's mainly to help someone reduce their risk. And the data shows, it can reduce your risk by almost 50%, and for someone in their 60s or 70s, by almost 70%.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a very successful program, but again,
sure.
it's a commitment,
It is, yeah.
by participants. But the class, because it's a year long, it develops that camaraderie.
Yeah, that's
So
a good point.
as a lifestyle coach, I may not have all the answers, but I encourage the participants to kind of help each other out. When they have a challenge, someone else may have an answer for that.
Yeah, there's something to be said for working in a group, and there's that accountability
For
as
sure.
well when you're going through that with other folks who are experiencing the program at the same time.
Yeah, well, and I would say even though the commitment takes it's going to be for a while, it is that sort of regular, is what you need to make those kind of shifts, right? You're not going to do that in 2 meetings or a book or
behaviors
whatever,
take a while,
Yeah.
and we talk about habits and replacing old habits with new habits. And so, that takes a while. It's not going to happen in just a few classes, as you say.
And so you have an information session on January 7th,
Yes,
right?
at 5 o'clock
Okay.
at Prevention Park Facility.
Perfect time right after the holidays, and you're like, oh man, I
just
need
thought smart,
the
yeah.
Right.
New Year's resolution and all those things.
Right.
And then when do sessions actually begin?
The 14th, so a week
Okay.
later.
Okay.
Same time, same location. So
Awesome.
we hope we have enough folks. Typically, classes are anywhere from 12 to 15. So it's a small group setting, which is helpful. As
Yeah.
as a coach, I enjoy that, and I think participants do too.
Okay. And I'm sure part of the program and things you encourage folks to do are to get active. and get some aerobics in.
Is it happening again? You're just on fire.
To the Reindeer Ramble 5K. Brent, tell us a little bit more about that. That's this Saturday.
Yes. This Saturday actually takes place at Keeneland. The race begins at 10 a.m., but I want to backtrack just a second. If anyone does have any questions or wants to register for YDPP, contact Rosie. They can contact her at Miklavcic at ymcacky.org, or they can just go onto the YMCA website, which is ymcacky.org.
Perfect. And if folks have questions about it, I'm sure they can, and if they're not sure, they're interested, but they're not sure who to actually contact, send a message, and then they'll get in touch with Rosie.
The easiest thing to do if they have questions, just call the YMCA. They can get in contact with Rosie from there.
And just to add that, that's really what the information session on January 7th is all about. That's where I'll answer a lot of questions and explain the whole program.
So staying with that, do people need to sign up for that?
No.
Or can they just show up?
They can just show up.
Okay.
But for the class itself, there is limited spaces, so act quickly to make sure you get a spot for the actual course.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But I'm sure spots are available for the Ramble 5K, right?
Yeah, sorry to smash your segue there. It was a good one. It's a great way to kickstart going into IDP is doing the aerobics and walking or running. That's one of the common misconceptions about like a 5K race is like, I can't run 5Ks. And for those that don't know the calculation on that's about 3.1 miles. So whenever people say I can't run 3 miles, you don't have to. I would say at least half of the people that are in our race are not racing. They're there for the environment. They're there for the camaraderie. With the Black Cat Chase that we did back in October in Frankfurt,
always a big success.
And the Reindeer Ramble, those are themed around the holidays. So it actually has like an atmosphere that really helps to promote just like a celebration type atmosphere. And people really enjoy that. Just like the Black Cat Reindeer Ramble, also we encourage people to dress up for the holidays. We have a lot of Christmas gear that's out there, and it really
ugly
just
sweaters.
Ugly sweaters. We have a lot of Grinches and Santas, and Thing 1 and Thing 2s running around. Pets are
feel
welcome.
like a Christmas parade or something.
But it'll be a great experience. It takes place at Keeneland, and we get to run around the grounds over there, which is beautiful. But one of the unique things about this event also, we do have confirmed that the Lexington Brass Band will be out there, and they're going to be performing some Christmas tunes before the race begins.
Oh, okay.
Right before the race starts, we're going to do about a 10-minute Zumba, holiday-themed Zumba warm-up for anyone that wants to go out there and loosen up. But it's just going to be a great experience for people to come out there. Like I said, it's competitive if you want it to be, and it's not if you don't want it to be.
And you can, test yourself, challenge yourself if that's something you're interested in doing. You can have the numbers with the sign or with the times available after the fact. But if you want to just throw on an ugly sweater and get a group together and it all goes to a good cause and just enjoy yourself, right?
Right. And I don't know if that was a segue or not, but the cause really supports the YMCA's Impact Program, which actually helps to raise funds for families of lower income households to support them so they can afford memberships or youth activities such as, youth sports, childcare, things like that. So if they're not able to afford the full rates of the program, they can apply for assistance, and this race actually helps to support that campaign.
That's very cool. So the Reindeer Ramble 5K is December 14. Where can folks sign up? I know there's a run sign up link, but folks can probably go to the YMCA website.
They can, they can just go to ymcacky.org for that. And for all your listeners out there, FPB-10, if they put that in as a promo code when they register, I want to take off $10 on the registration fee.
Wow. Okay.
So FPB-10 will get you $10 off.
Awesome. And then they can hit that QR code. That'll take them to the run sign up there. Awesome. And that goes a long way because I think you all are, we're just a few days out. So you're kind of in the last tier of sign up and fees and everything. So FPB-10.
That's right. It gets $10 off, and you can use that for the next time you have to go to a Taylor Swift concert.
That'll make a big difference. That'll buy me half of a soda. So Keeneland's a big space. It's kind of like in the fields, right? Towards the...
Yeah, the activity actually takes place where the barns are located in in front
okay.
of Barn 2.
Okay.
Next to like the main parking lot. So whenever you go in, you'll see all the events set up. We'll have a lot of sponsors and vendors that are set up out there. But come on out there in front of Barn 2 and get to run around the grounds of Keeneland, and a lot of photo opportunities. We'll have Santa there in front of like a really nice classic like vintage red pickup truck. Kind of like you see in like the gift shops, everything. We'll have one of those out there with Jolly O Saint Nick, and also a friendly elf out there getting some photos.
Very cool. And I saw this on your website as well, the run sign up link, that you do have kind of an overhead map of where folks, if they want to know ahead of time. I know you'll have some signage and stuff there.
It's nice to know.
It is nice to know
like what side, what exit, what entrance, or whatever.
So all that's on the run sign up page. Brent and Rosie, thank you all so much for being here. You went ahead and told me ahead of time, neither of you are Swifties yourselves, so not super able to, or unless you know a song or two that you think you might want to include. You mentioned your daughter and
granddaughters. Yeah, the one granddaughter, she at the Cincinnati concert, I think a whole group were outside of it. So she's 11. So they were outside of it, and they were the songs were blasting, and they were singing along, because I got sent videos of her and her friends singing outside of the concert.
Oh, that's cool.
So she's a big fan.
Okay, and maybe they were able to get some of that the merch tents that they set up.
I'm sure they were able to do that.
Stood in line for hours, but worth it, right? Brent, you don't have any. I'm not being the same.
No input on Taylor Swift. I actually tend to agree with your first guess. So I lean a little bit towards more of the rock side of things.
Oh, okay.
But I have a lot of genres that I listen to.
Yeah,
and Taylor's just doesn't happen to fit in those genres.
Same for me. Is there a genre, or you said on the rock side? Is there a band that you've been listening to a lot lately?
Well, I tell you, I don't want to tarnish what I have left of a reputation, but like Falling in Reverse, I really enjoy them. They were in Rupp Arena just this year.
Yes.
With Disturbed.
Yeah. Were you at that show?
I was at that show.
I was there too, with my dad and a couple of friends.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But there's actually an artist that he's not well known at all in this country. But his name is Dimash Kudaibergen, and he's from Kazakhstan, but he sings in like 4 different languages, and he has like, I'm serious, like the best voice you've ever heard in your life. I mean, he can sing opera, he can sing some pop stuff.
Incredible.
I mean, he has like a very low and very high register.
Yeah.
His high register actually competes with Mariah Carey's high register, so it's pretty unreal.
Wow.
That's amazing.
So I traveled to Germany 3 years ago just to see him in concert.
Just to see him in concert.
I went there and saw other things while I was there.
Well, yeah, of course.
But I planned my trip around his concert.
That.
Yeah,
I love that. That's so cool.
I'm digging the Taylor Swift playlist, but I think maybe we need to start just an Around 10 guest playlist. And start getting people to just like
that's the $1 million idea.
Yeah, and just give us a track.
And the people always ask
my key for
how did you even hear about this guy? YouTube, and I just found him on YouTube, and I started following.
The algorithms know what they're doing.
He's huge in like Asia and Europe and everything, but he's just not very popular in this country yet.
The algorithm knows us better than we know ourselves, I think.
Yeah.
And you're on YouTube, and just based on other things you listen to, they just fed you that and knew you would love it.
That's right.
That's amazing. Well, Brent and Rosie, thank you all so much for hanging out this morning. Again, the Reindeer Ramble 5K is this weekend, Saturday. And then folks can also find information on the diabetes prevention program as well, all on the YMCA's website.
That's right. And I just want to add one more really quick thing.
Yeah.
So now to the end of the year, anyone that would like to join the YMCA can do it for $1 down and no payments until January.
Okay, great.
So come check us out. There's really nothing to lose except for $1. We have tons of fitness classes out there. We have a great wellness center out there, cycling studio, childcare. So we're located at 77C Michael Davenport Boulevard, just a few blocks behind Walmart. So pretty well located within the town. But come out and spend $1 and spend some time with us at the Y, and we think you'll stay.
That's
It's
awesome.
a great environment.
Oh, absolutely. And with the YMCA membership, you get to go to. Is it? I mean, I might be wrong, so I'm asking you this live on the air.
Yeah.
Where other places can they go with that YMCA?
So you have a couple of different options.
Okay.
We do have a membership that is for Frankfurt only, or you can add an all access, which gives you access to all the YMCA's in Central Kentucky as well. So we have
cool.
4 different locations in Lexington.
That's right.
So it really depends on what kind of membership type that fits your schedule.
But they can come in, ask questions, tour the facility, and get signed up and see if they want to do the all access. Maybe they commute to Frankfurt, something like that.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, Brent and Rosie, thank you all so much for hanging out this morning.
All right, appreciate it.